Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
I'm going to quickly go over the solo rules here. To be very honest, there aren't a lot of them. The game does have a full solo mode. I'm going to go over a little quickly what the differences are. I'm going to assume you know how to play the base game and the boss mode. The base game and the boss mode rules will be in effect. So you can use one of the bosses in the game. In this case, I'm just kind of showing you Dr. Eggman, and you can utilize any one of the bosses that you will be playing against. So you won't be playing against any other characters, but you will be playing against one of the bosses. Now, when you have your character and you're running through the board, you will have to, in order to win, not only do you have to beat the boss, but you will have to finish the round. So you will have to finish the race, beating the boss, and score more points than the boss in order to win the solo mode. There's a few rule differences. If you ever get damaged and you don't have any rings, normally your speed would be reduced to 1. You would go back to the beginning of the track. In the solo mode, you will immediately lose. So you don't want to be damaged when you do not have any rings. It's very important that you have at least 1 ring at all times. In case you get damaged, you will not lose. But if you don't have any, you will immediately lose the game. Now, at the end of the game, you will count up your rings and the bad guys just like normal. And then you will take a look, and in the book, there's going to be a scoring thing. So based on what your score is and how many of those rings and bad guys you were able to get will dictate what your score is. That's pretty much the solo mode that you have here. It's really just a mode where you're playing against the computer AI, the bad guy. You need to get to the finish line, and then you're going to count up your score and see how well that you did. If he beats you to the finish line, then you will not count up your score. So there's a little bit of this where you need to hold back in order to get things, but you also need to beat him. So as he's moving, you're going to need to be able to progress in the game and not hold back too long to maximize your score. So a little bit of a push-pull there. As for the solo rules, what I think about them, I played this at least 5 times, probably a couple more, maybe 5 to 7 times. I feel like the solo rules are fine. I feel like in a game like this, it's always weird that the person who finishes the race doesn't get the most. This is like the old school video games where you're kind of looking more for points versus, just trying to finish the race first. And this one, you have to do both. So in the main game, you need to just score the most points. In this one, you need to finish and score, which you don't see a lot of video games like that, but I think it works for a board game pretty well. The boss mode is really fun. It's fun to go up against the different bad guys, and then you can play with a bunch of different one of these characters for different powers to have a different variety. I think it works well, and I think it's one of the few solutions that you would have in a game like this, since the boss mode was created and included in the game, to have that in. I think that's a fun experience, especially if you just want to play with some of these different characters and you don't have a bunch of people to play with, and you kind of want to sit back. Now, I'm not a huge fan of just trying to score more points and get this little ranking system that's included here. That's not my preferred method of playing. I'd rather have something to kind of beat. So you can play that if you want to and just, hey, I want to beat him and score the points, but you're going to need some kind of score to play against. I think that ranking system does work for this game. So would I buy this game just for the solo mode? Probably not. But if you're looking for a racing game and you're a fan of Sonic and you want a solo mode, then definitely brings it in spades. I think it's a very good solo mode. So that's what I would kind of say. I don't know if I would buy this, especially as expensive as this is, for everything, unless you're a huge Sonic fan and you really, really want this solo mode. That's kind of what I think. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing.